Hey guys, so we're actually going to be jumping into boss rush number 11, and the reason why I haven't done this yet is because after seeing what we have in part 1 to the celebration, I'm actually going to go ahead and jump in. This is a full Wicked Bloodline team, fully rainbowed, fully Link level 10. It's just insanity here. So the reason why I was saving this until all the way until now is because after seeing all the content that we were getting in part 1, I figured that there was going to be a giant dry period for like a week and a half to 2 weeks pretty much, and I didn't want to have to deal with just waiting and having like look at this defense, having literally like zero content to do. So I figured I'd pace myself, and looks like I was right to do so, because we are pretty much in the thick of nothingness here. There is literally nothing to do. Me personally, I have foregone doing the story event so far. Actually haven't touched the story events yet. Is this the one where we have to kill both? I can't even remember. Whatever. Yeah, so I haven't actually done the story event yet, and the reasoning for that is because we know they're going to add more stages to it, so I don't see the point in doing the story event when we know they're just going to add more stages at a later date, and it's going to give you awakenings to the free-to-play units. So I'd rather just wait and get it all done at the same time. I don't really see a point in doing it now and then coming back later and doing the rest of it. So I'd rather just spend my time leveling Links right now. Look at 3.9 million on this guy. I'd rather just spend my time leveling Links on my favorite units to get them powered up. I actually would recommend, and I actually haven't done this myself yet, so I have to get on this as well. I recommend people start leveling up the Links for LR Hercule, because we know for a fact that he's going to be getting an EZA, the free-to-play LR Hercule. We don't know what the details of that are yet. There was a fake leak that was sort of making the rounds, but quickly figured out that was fake. But I think it's a smart idea to be ready for that whenever that does decide to drop. So I think in my next, I guess, sort of team that I want to bring into 23-8, which is probably fastly approaching the stage I've ran the most, because I've just been like a madman farming Links. I would suggest people start leveling his Links on, you know, the next team or whatever. Don't have to get them all to 10. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, since we know he's going to be getting an EZA, and they've been doing a lot of the free-to-play LR EZAs really well. Like, we have the LR Goku who got one, the free-to-play Goku Black from the 5-year anniversary got one, the Spirit Bomb 1000-day Goku login bonus, who's now 2000-day login bonus, got one. He's insane as well. So all these free-to-play LR EZAs that we've been getting have been really, really good. So it just makes sense to be as ready as possible when his inevitable EZA drops, which should be at the earliest in like 4 days from when this video drops. I'm recording this video on September 10th, and it should be going up on September 10th. I expect the part 2 of this celebration to start on the 14th, which lines up with two things. First thing is Team Dokkan literally said that the legendary banner is dropping on the 14th, so I think that also lines up, if I'm not mistaken, with the 3+1 on the Dual Dokkan Fest going away. And then it also lines up with a lot of the other events going away as well from part 1. So it makes most sense that part 2 would begin on September 14th. I'm not saying that the Hercule EZA is necessarily going to start the first day, but I think it most likely will probably be a long grind, and they'd want to get it out earlier so people have more time to actually grind it up. So I would expect it to be towards at least the front end of the second part. It's possible, I guess, we could get 3 parts to this, but I highly doubt it, just because we've never had 3 parts to the download celebrations before. But yeah, I would say leveling up Hercule's Links right now is probably a smart decision. We're going to go ahead and just annihilate this guy with full power Frieza. Let's see. Doesn't really matter what we do here, huh? What's our defense looking like? Like, look at this. It's just insane. By the way, this team has one summonable LR, which is LR full power Frieza, and they have, I think is it only 3 free-to-play LRs? They have LR Metal Cooler, who's Int, and then they have LR First Form Frieza, the Prime Battle one, he's Strength, and then they also have LR Mecha Frieza and King Cold, who's also Strength. So it's kind of weird, and I haven't really ever talked about this before, but I thought it was really strange how they gave Mecha Frieza and King Cold Strength. when we already have 2 other LRs for this team that are both STR. So I guess whenever we get the next Wicked Bloodline LR, I kind of want them to be something else that's not STR. Maybe Physical, because Physical is not the best typing for this. What else? I mean, AGL is okay. Tech is actually pretty good. They have Golden Frieza, they have Golden Cooler, and they have this Transforming Frieza, who's actually, I think, slept on a little bit recently. Int, they have Angel Golden Frieza, and the Metal Cooler is actually really good. The non-Easy, the non-LR one. Then you have the Easy A one, and then STRs are stacked. Yeah, I think actually Physical is probably the weakest typing for this. I mean, we have this Physical Cooler, it should get an Easy A at some point. And what else we have? We have the Easy A Full Power Frieza, who's just been completely replaced by the LR. And what else? I mean, is that it? I mean, we have the free-to-play second form Frieza, who's actually, I think he's like top 3 on this category for Super Battle Road. So like, he's really good. I'm actually not going to transform Cooler here. Let's think about it. We'll go for this. And we'll give him all these blues. And then who else is Physical? We have the Broly movie Golden Frieza, who's actually quite good support, but he's definitely aging a little bit. Yeah, I would probably say AGL or Physical for the next LR for this category. I don't even, like, because it's weird, because we have an LR for the 2 main villains, or 2 of the 3 main villains that are Dokkan Fest LRs. We have Cell, obviously. When I say main villains, I mean Dragon Ball Z villains. We have Cell, and we have, I am assuming we're going to be getting a Kid Buu in Part 2 to the celebration, but we do have a Buu-Tanks into Buuhan, who I guess technically is a main villain, right? So we should at some point get a Dokkan Fest LR for Frieza in some form. I mean, he's literally, like, by far the most popular villain in the series, so it would only make sense to eventually get that. Let's see, let's grab these. I definitely do think the next, if they continue with the Tournament of Power stuff, because they've been doing a lot of Tournament of Power themed events throughout this past calendar year, if they do continue with that, we could end up getting an Angel Final Form Frieza, who transforms into the Angel Golden Frieza from, like, I think it was episode 90 or 91, where he gets brought back by Baba, and they have that sequence where all the assassins show up from Universe... What was it, Universe 10? I think it's Universe 10. And they try and, like, assassinate Frieza or whatever, and he's just like, okay. And then he just transforms and, like, annihilates all of them. That sequence, like that transformation sequence, would be so cool in this game, because it's also another thing that they can just copy and paste, right? So it should be pretty easy for them to actually make that, I would assume, and it would also look really good. An active skill transformation that was just that literally the frame for frame transformation that he does in that episode, I think would be quite good. And then they actually, Dragon Ball Super does reuse that animation again in the Tournament of Power, so they have a few different frames of reference they can use to make that super attack work. I'm actually going to look back at the Part 2 to the $300 million celebration, just so I can see and sort of speculate what we could actually end up getting here. So the first thing is the Dragon Ball Hunt campaign. That wasn't actually the Dragon Balls, though. That was literally just like one of those use stamina and collect Dragon Balls thing. We had that in Part 1. I would expect in Part 2, because we had the co-op part, I think we'll have the versus part in Part 2, which I think we actually had assets data mined already that would indicate that we're getting a versus campaign between Global and JP. That's where we'll get, like, the winner and loser cards I would expect for this year, because we haven't had those yet either. But yeah, I think that's probably coming with that. And then we have Extreme Z area for free-to-play units. Yeah, so again, like I was talking about earlier, the story stage, the story event that's out right now with that's supposed to be the finale to the Majin Buu saga. It actually doesn't complete the saga because they're going to add stages with Part 2 that are going to result in the free-to-play Goku. He's going to be awakening to Super Saiyan 3. The base form Goku does the Destructo Disc against Buu-Tanks. And also the Hercule is going to awaken into an exchange unit of Hercule and Buu. So we know for a fact that the story event's going to be getting extra stages, and I do think, this isn't confirmed, but I don't think it's confirmed. I don't think they said anything about them EZAing, but I would definitely expect those 2 free-to-play units to get an Extreme Z area for Part 2. So definitely, I think we'll see that. We got an Infinite Dragon Ball History during Part 2 of 300 million. I don't think we'll get another one. It wouldn't really make sense, right? Because we already got one. It was in the countdown. Was it in the countdown celebration? I think it was. Then, of course, we had the top legendary summon, which obviously is already confirmed to be coming for this part. Part 2, I mean. I think at least one of the 2 LRs is, like, going to be a Kid Buu. If it's not a Kid Buu, I'll be very surprised, because this celebration was promoted as being the finale to the Majin Buu saga. If they don't release a Kid Buu, like, that's just criminal. He's literally like the main threat of the Majin Buu saga. So they kind of have to release a Kid Buu. So I would expect him to be one of the 2 LRs that we see on the Legendary Summon banner. I've seen some people throw out the idea of getting just the old AGL LR Majin Vegeta featured, and then he would get his super attacks revamped. I personally don't think that's going to happen, and I think the only reason they even revamped Gohan's from last year's super attack is because it was like the biggest meme ever in the JP community, how bad that super attack looked. So I don't know if Majin Vegeta's super attacks are quite on that level of like being meme worthy, because honestly, while they're not the best animations ever because they're old, they're actually not too bad. His 12 key is like just kind of basic. His 18 key with the explosion actually is not bad for the time it came out, I don't think. So I would say the chance of us getting 2 new LRs instead of 1 new, 1 old, I think it's actually pretty high. So I don't know who the other one would be. I would have to sit down and think about it for a little bit, but I think one at least is going to be Kid Buu. And do I think the other one's going to be Spirit Bomb Goku? I don't think so. I see a lot of people throwing that idea out there where it's going to be, oh yeah, it's going to be a top legendary summon. One of them is going to be Kid Buu, one of them is going to be Spirit Bomb Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I don't think that's going to be the case, because we already know that the free-to-play Goku is going to be awakening into the Spirit Bomb Goku with the partner super attack mechanic, where he's going to, de-transform back into base, then do the Spirit Bomb. I think it's with Hercule in the same rotation or something like that. So I would not expect him to then release a summonable version of that same character. I think it'll be something completely different. Maybe, I don't know, some kind of... I actually have no idea. It could be like some new Majin Vegeta, honestly. I don't know. Then we had sales and stuff. We had Cell Bingo. This is for the 300 million downloads. Cell Bingo. I mean, I'm sure there'll be more social media campaigns and stuff going on throughout the rest of the celebration. Then we had a World Tournament. I could actually see that happening again. That ran from the 26th to the 29th, which would be towards like the end of the celebration. I could definitely see that happening, because it's been a while since we've had our last World Tournament. When was the last World Tournament? Like 2 months ago on Global? We're pretty due for a new one. Hold on, let me get this super attack loaded in here. What else we got? Is that it? Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I do expect, though... Actually, hold on, because they didn't actually show the raid. So the raid, we also did get a raid, obviously. Called, I think they called it the Supreme Challenge Battle. Yeah, so this was a raid against Cell. I do think we're definitely going to get a new raid this year as well. I think it'll be a raid versus Kid Buu. And what they could do is they could awaken some of, the Buu Saga units that haven't gotten an Easy Aid yet. To get Easy A's. So I think the 2 most likely outcomes, I talked about this in previous videos before, but the STR Spirit Bomb Goku, as well as the Int base form Vegeta. I feel like those 2 are good candidates for Easy A's from a raid event. You get to stage 100 or whatever it is, you'll finally have enough material to fully Easy A them. I mean, these are pretty simple, pretty easy. I think most players don't have too much difficulty taking this on, and then later on they just add them permanently to the Easy A menu. You can just take them on whenever you want. But I think that's probably what we're going to be seeing in terms of Part 2. We could see more stuff. I don't know. I just want more content. It's just, like, I'm making my own content, I guess, from just leveling up tons and tons of links all day. But like that's me making my own content. Like the game should be providing content to me. I shouldn't have to go out and look for stuff to do. That's fine occasionally to do. Like if I'm rushing through everything and like killing everything in like the first like 2 hours of being out, then yeah, I understand that's just my fault for beating it too quickly. But I mean, we really didn't get a lot for part 1, and it's kind of been just stale for the past like week and a half here. So really hoping that, you know, once we get to the 14th year, we'll see some, you know, news. There'll be a data download. There'll be Twitter previews of stuff that'll be hype, and hopefully that will be what happens. But we are done with Boss Rush. That was pretty painless. I wasn't even looking at my screen at the time, but wicked Bloodline team coming through with the clutch win here. Not really super clutch because it was just super easy, but there we go. Hope you guys enjoyed this Boss Rush / mini discussion video, and see you all in the next one.